Hello! Today we are going to be talking about the Nclex. I recently posted a video on how to pass the Nclex. I gave a detailed overview on how to prepare for the Nclex, including materials and how to use it. The link will be in the description box below. I'm also selling the materials that I use to pass the Nclex. So if you're interested in purchasing, please send me an email or DM me on Instagram. If you have any questions regarding purchasing, or if you are able to just buy certain things in that study bundle, just send me an email and we can work it out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. I believe what helped me to pass the Nclex is I saw it as a job. I used to study about 7 hours a day, but I took breaks in between. That's why I used to start early in the morning. And when I mean study, it's also like reviewing. It's not only about learning new content, but it's also about reinforcing what you learned. So what I mean by that is after I finished watching the videos, I would read the study guide. So not only did I hear new information and I'm there highlighting with my notes, after I took my break a few hours later, now I see it as I'm reading it. So I heard it, I highlighted it, and now I'm reading it. I am exposing myself to content 3 different ways: through my eyes, through my ears, and through my brain by reading. So make sure that you prioritize and put hours into studying. You cannot study 30 minutes a day thinking that, oh, that's enough for the Nclex, especially if you want to pass within a short period of time. When I was taking my Nclex and I set the date, I was working, and 2 weeks before my Nclex, I made sure to give my job a notice and was like, hey, I am studying for my Nclex and I need some time off. So I cut down my hours. And even though I was at work, I still had my study guide, I still had my note cards, I was constantly reviewing. Whenever you purchase UWorld, you can download the app and you can answer questions while you are outside. And what I used to do is answer questions while I was outside, and I had a little notebook, which is this, where I had my rationales, and I'll just quickly jot down what I thought was important. But because I'm outside, I know that I can't do everything, but I just did the most that I can that was beneficial at the time. I understand that some of you guys cannot take time off to study for this exam, but I want to remind you guys that passing is priority. This is your priority. This is how you are going to get to your main goal, which is becoming an RN. You need your license, so you need to make sacrifices to get it. And one of those sacrifices will be taking time to study. I believe that you should create a routine. When I first started studying for the Nclex, I was overwhelmed and I was trying to figure out what materials were useful for me. And because of that, I was so overwhelmed because I had all these books and all these study guides and PDFs, and everyone's saying, well, this worked for them, that worked for them, and I was just trying to figure out what worked for me. So I would suggest for you guys to find your materials and create a routine that works for you. I made a recent video about the importance of having a routine. It's the foundation of your studying. So if you're interested on how to make a routine for yourself, or curious onto how I made my own routine, check out my latest video. It will also be linked down below. I cut down my screen time to non-existence. I am so addicted to Instagram, especially watching hair tutorials or YouTube. I love watching those things. It's like when I'm eating my food, I'm just on my phone watching. That's not beneficial for you. So what I did, I cut down my screen time to 15 minutes for Instagram and 20 minutes for YouTube. And that is just for the day, because the thing is, you don't want to make this studying a burden. You want this to be pleasurable for you. However, you also want to set standards and goals, and you want to remain disciplined. It will help you to stay focused on what you need to stay focused on. Another thing that I did was, if I wanted to eat and I want to watch something, for example, I would just go online and I would watch Registered RN videos, or I would listen to a Mark Clemic video, or I will watch Nurse Yield. So I still had screen time, but it was what I was watching instead. So instead of watching my hair tutorials, I would watch Registered Nurse, so I tried to just feed myself only nursing and Nclex things because I'm trying to prepare myself for the Nclex. You need to set a date. So how I did it was, when I got the okay from my school, I registered to take the Nclex. And you can always change the date 24 hours before. And what I did was set my exam dates. And I did not tell a soul, okay? Because I felt like it added a lot of pressure. Not only does it add pressure, but it will decrease the embarrassment just in case you do fail. If anyone asks, when are you taking the Nclex? All you have to say is soon. I'm thinking of taking it soon. At least that is the experience that I've heard with my friends that told their family members and other people and loved ones. They told me, like, every single time someone asks and them saying no, it kind of like puts salt in the wound of failing. So I would suggest, set your dates. Don't let anyone know. Study really hard, pass that exam, and then let everyone know. So set a date and stick to it. Try your very best to aim for that date. Do not set the date too close if you know that it takes you a longer time to remember things and process things. Be realistic with that date. And if that date is coming around and it is like 1 week away and you are not sure that you are ready, just reschedule it. And here's my advice with rescheduling. Don't be scared to cancel if you see that there is no open slots for that month that you want. Just cancel it and reschedule it for another date that's closest to what you want, even though it's far from where you want, and then constantly recheck to see if you can get the date that you want. Do not go in and take the exam and you do not feel confident. Don't do that, because now you are going to have to wait. I don't remember how much days, plus pay another fee to retake the exam just because you did not want to change it. Do not be scared to change your dates. I suggest, do not take a vacation after nursing school. I know that you had a rough time, but do not take a vacation after nursing school. I consider a vacation like weeks upon weeks of doing nothing. If you want to go on a vacation, for example, for 5 days, just to breathe and relax, go ahead. But best believe week 2, you are studying for that Nclex. Because once you lose that stamina of studying, you're going to lose motivation, and it's going to be so difficult for you to develop discipline to study. You have a goal that is to pass the Nclex on the first try. Do what you need to do in order to achieve that goal. What I did was, right after graduation, I started studying for that Nclex. After I passed, I literally took a 3-month break. I relaxed, I breathed, I enjoyed myself, I was happy. And I suggest that is the safest way for you to pass the Nclex. Once you start taking a vacation and once you start doing nothing, it is so hard for you to start back up and studying. You lose that motivation, you lose that drive. So don't do that. I would not suggest that. So don't get me wrong, go on your 3-day vacation, 4-day vacation, 5-day vacation, go on that. But best believe when you come back home on week 2, you are studying. Do not take longer than 2 weeks to start studying for the Nclex. Because once you start slowing down, it is hard to pick back up. Take time for yourself. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing your self-care. Make sure that you're eating. Make sure that you are just taking your time for yourself, because honestly, a body cannot function if you are not feeding it properly, if you are not treating it properly, and if you are not taking care of it properly. With my study calendar, I was able to keep track of my progress in order for me to pass within the time that I set. So if I saw that I was on track and I was like, okay, this is my day to have a break, I'm not going to learn anything new, I'm just going to review. Just choose a day out of the week that you are going to depress, that you are going to have a break, because you need to take breaks. It's important to take breaks. Your brain can only hold so much at such a period of time. Make sure that if you are meeting your goals on your study calendar, that you're taking care of yourself. If you like my study calendar and you're interested in getting your hands on one, I am giving it away to all my subscribers for free. So just send me an email or DM me on Instagram, and I will send you my calendar. And this is what I used to help me stay on track as I studied. So to recap the entire video, first you want to find all the study materials that you want, and you're going to get a routine and stick to it. Then you are going to set a date and time for your exam. Now you're going to execute. You're going to do your routine, you're going to stick by it, you're going to study in the environment that is comfortable for you. Continue doing this until it becomes a habit. You have to have discipline when studying for the Nclex. You're going to limit your screen time, and you're going to basically make Nclex your life. Going to use your study calendar, and remember to always take breaks and have time for yourself. Whenever you have free time, just try to incorporate the Nclex by either listening to my clinic videos or other study resources that's easy accessible either on YouTube or on your phone. That was the end of my video. I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, or feel free to email me. I am here and I am ready to help. I still have my study bundle on sale. What will be included will be listed here. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.